Alright, this is on page 153 of your book, problem number 54. You are starting a business selling boxes of hand-painted greeting cards. To get started, you spend $36 on paint and paint bushers that you need. You buy the boxes of playing cards for $350 per box. You paint the cards, and then you sell them for $5 per box. How many boxes must you sell for your earnings to equal your expenses? What will your earnings and expenses equal when you break even? So, my goal is to find out when my earnings and my expenses break even. So the nice thing about this problem is that my earnings and my expenses have to be equal. So I'm going to let y be equal to my earning and my expenses because they're equal. The other thing is I need to know how many boxes I'm going to sell. So x is going to be how many boxes. Alright, so how can I write two equations for this? Well, one of my equations is going to be about income, and one of my equations is going to be about expenses. So, my income comes from $5 per box. So it's $5 each, and I don't know how many boxes I have, so that's 5 times x, and uh, my total income is going to be y. My total expense is going to be y, and this is the first time we've ever had a problem like this, where my total income and my total expenses are the same. Now my expenses come in two parts. I spend $36, so that's a one-time charge. And then I need to spend $3.50 per box. So that's $3.50 each. And so that means I'm going to need to multiply by x. My one equation, my income equation, is y equals 5x. My expense equation is 36 plus $3.50 times x equals y. And there's the two equations that I'm working with. For this, when I see that y is all by itself, I believe the substitution method will be the easiest to do. So I'm going to take my y equals 5x, and I know that my y is equal to 5x, and I'm going to put 5x in for my y. So I'm going to get 36 plus $3.50 x equals 5x. So if I subtract $3.50 x from both sides, I get that $1.50x equals 36. If I divide by $1.50, I get that x equals 24. So x is 24, and I got half my answer. I know that my answer is 24 comma, I'm not sure. So if I take 24 times 5, right here's my work, y equals 24 times 5, I get I get y equals 120. So my y is 120, and I should check my work. Does x equal 24 and y equal 20? Does that check in this equation? And does that check in this equation? And what does that stand for? Well, x stands for, I don't remember, so I need to scroll back up and look. X stands for how many boxes, so I bought 24 boxes, and Y is when my earnings equal expenses. So after I make $120, I'll be able to cover all of my expenses, which add up to be $120. So the first $120 I make just go to cover my expenses. So I've earned it, but it covers my expenses. I hope this is a problem, another example of writing equations, writing a system of equations and solving it solving them and getting an answer. Uh, and I will assign some additional problems, so please pay attention in class.